John Lincoln wrote it.
Is that him? Huh?
I believe so.
Posted. He's posted.
Mr. Lincoln wrote it.
Mr. Lincoln!
We were a little premature, but we thought we'd change
Well, I was just gonna, on my way out up to the tab.
Yep.
And,
Well,
We just had lunch.
see my beautiful abode.
nice boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear the red ones.
Yeah, I like the red.
Burgundy, as we say. We don't call them red. We call
Oh,
them burgundy.
wine.
It's good to see you. Huh?
Wine.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm having some as we speak. Anyone want a glass of wine?
No, thank you.
No.
Oh, we're on the, you double parked?
No, we just came back. The only reason we didn't wait up at the tab was because we were out of,
But just as well, this is because,
Well, the thing is, we
because I
had,
was just getting ready to go up there.
well, we
well,
ran out
we ran out of
time on the
time
meter.
on the meter, so, and we're right at the end of the clock.
Sound check.
Sound check on Saturday, and
Yeah.
And the show is?
8 o'clock. on
8
Saturday.
o'clock.
2:45 minutes.
Oh, come on, that's not even work.
No, I know.
That's
It's
not
only-
even work.
It's only 2
I
shows.
don't even leave my house at 8 till 8
2:45-minute
o'clock.
shows.
It's not a bar game.
20-minute break.
It's easy. You'll be making.
$1,000 guarantee, or $100 a piece guarantee. 600 against half the gate. You might make $200 or $300 if we fill the hall.
Hey, man, I can dig that.
And then you have to stay
I can
alive until
do
the
that.
11th of March, when we're going to go back in the bar rooms, and you're going to
Do the Billy Good thing.
have to prop you up for Billy Goods on the 11th of March.
You don't have to prop me up for Billy Goods. Everyone there needs to be propped up. I can be
Yeah,
just
no
fine. I
shit. You
fit
can
right
deal
in with the
You
crowd.
can deal with them. That
I
ain't
fit
no
right
big
in
deal.
with the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is a little different. Do you have some show clothes to bring with you?
Yeah, they're in the back.
Okay. Something
Oh,
that-
cool. So we're all set.
Because here's another thing that's happening.
No, I've got my bags.
Okay, we're going to
I have a
video.
nice shirt, I have my tie, and I've got my leather.
We're going to.
I'm just lamenting the loss of my tennis legs. Yeah, I'm just getting old.
You remember John Lincoln, Wright?
Yeah,
How you doing?
Tiny country singer.
Hi. How are you?
Great.
I just saw this in the province paper for you guys. It's a folk band.
Hey, Julie.
Hi,
How
how are
you
you?
doing?
Good. I just got home.
My
Good.
good picture
Yeah, they're
from
billing as a
years ago.
folk band. Yeah, that picture was a couple years ago, right, John?
Humana.
Where is that
Maybe a
picture?
dozen.
It's in the Providence Journal today.
Oh, it's in today's Providence Journal.
Yeah, well, in the calendar section, but you know, it's got the pick. But they're billing as a folk band.
Oh, look.
Oh, I'm folk singer tonight?
Yeah, not tonight.
I mean, yeah, the weekend.
How are you?
Well, I can do that.
Biggest name. Oh, the Colonel. Oh, of course.
Videos.
This is the Colonel. This is the. This is the John Lincoln Wright
The star.
documentary. Julie, the better half.
That's for sure.
Humana.
So what do we get?
Oh, in the Providence Journal. I don't know. I was just looking at this.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Same fucking
There you go.
tired old picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I look good in it.
Cut it out and make a poster out of it.
I look good in it.
I've already,
done that.
I've already done that a couple of times.
They don't want to see me these days, you know.
Well, that's pretty good.
John Lincoln is in the
Hey, good to
house.
see you again.
Good to have you back. Gee,
Welcome back, John. I love this town, and you know, I come down here anytime I possibly can, and sometimes they even hire me and pay me to work here.
Oh,
And that makes it even better. I love Newport. I've been coming to Newport since I was in college, for the the old music festivals and and now they actually pay me a few bucks to come down here and play.
yeah, absolutely. And you know what? We're
I
glad
did
that
it last week.
Yeah, I know, he told me and
And,
felt
he's a
fine.
good friend, and my good friends are kind of a little nervous about me as to whether those Lincoln He's gonna be okay.
Look at, we got Mi'kmaq people coming down here tonight. You know? I'm telling you, they want to see how you are. I want you to be on your toes.
You know what? On his
They're coming,
toes.
I'm telling you. A whole bunch of Mi'kmaq people are coming.
Well, good, because we're gonna need people. Someone
I know that. I told them last night.
you know, bring your wallets.
Lose that thing.
So we got what we need, my man.
I'll ask of the soloist, you can hear each other, right? So you can get your own.
Yeah.
I'll get out of the mix.
We'll get that.
But how's
I
that?
don't know what to tell you about.
Train come around the bend. There's no feed here, yeah.
Part of it is it's coming right back at you off the wall.
Carrying the one that I love, her beautiful body is still here on earth, but her soul has been called above.
Does it get there?
I'm not hearing any feedback.
Do that high passage again.
Body and soul, that's how she loved me, with body and soul.
Alright.
My voice has been well rested for some months now.
Good. So what we're gonna have to do from here is tweak it once you guys start.
There is, yeah.
But I can't say enough about the Sour Mash Boys. They are just a phenomenal
They're
group.
tremendous.
Aren't they something?
Tremendous players.
They're, and it has nothing, not necessarily to do with me, but my boys are the best country band to ever come out of the Northeast United States.
Right.
And that includes
Yes.
New York, New Jersey, all the way down to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's without exaggeration, too.
It's,
It really
it's
is.
not an exaggeration.
No.
I know what I know.
Yeah.
You could hear it on
My-
when we played Ring of
my
Fire.
boys-
You could hear it on the disc.
My
Yeah.
boys blew Merle Haggard's band off stage, and Merle Haggard's band was the gold standard
Right.
of the great country musicians.
Absolutely.
We played a show with them, and Merle came out afterward and said, "Oh God, I have to follow that," and that meant more to me than anything I've ever heard from. He was one of my
Absolutely.
songwriting heroes,
Absolutely.
and he said, you know, y'all were real good. I said, now what am I supposed to do? I said, go up and sing Mama Try and I'll cry. You know, and he laughed and yeah. Other than my hometown of Cambridge up in Massachusetts, they say we have too many liberals there and stuff. You bet we do. And it's the last place we can't afford to live in, but we're still there. But this has become my second favorite place to work is when I come down here a few times a year and the Colonel brings me down and other people bring me down. And I can get to do radio down here. They actually put me on the radio to talk about music and things. So I love coming down and playing for you folks. There are, these days, this is a tough business these days. Nobody wants to pay you any money to play music. I thought, right, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I get 500.
No, you're not, my friend.
What? Wait a minute.
No, you're not. Here's $20. In 1965, he said I'd never get out alive, that I'd burn myself right out before my time. Then the years went by so fast, I still ain't run out of gas, but I'm too old to die young now. Too old to die young, but too young to go. And how I ever got this far, the good Lord only
goes. I've been around the horn and back so many times, and now I've found too old to die young now. A lifetime on the road ain't the best life we all know, but it wins hands down from anything else around here. We're only given so much time, so I'm using up all of mine, and the stories just get better each year. To go. How I ever got this far, the good Lord only knows. I've been around the horn and back so many times, now I found I'm too old to die young now. Too old to die too young to go. I might live to be 100 years old. I doubt that.
Back anymore, and my legs aren't what they used to be. Getting up off a soft couch to walk to walk around the house. So, you know, it was like, oh, my lumbago. But hey, that's fine. I'm not pleased about getting too much older than I am right now. I'm not too pleased.
Well, you're only 60. 59 or 60?
I'll be 60 this year.
What's your birthday?
September 23rd. Same birthday as Bridget Bardot. And Bruce Springsteen.
Ready to swing a little bit? Yeah. Just a little more love and let your heart be true. Corina, where you stay last night? Corina, where you stay last night? Come back this morning, the sun was shining bright. And it's been working on that don't mean a thing. But I'm not living word on the pedal. as good as they were when they were young. Better. Actually better, yeah. Much better, yeah. All right, what do you got, Smith? Rick Smith on the diamond. Love is applause. In a word I do, I love Marina. In a word I do, you love it, let the heart be true. Good night, Marina, it's fairly well. So long, Marina, it's fairly well. When I get back, babe, where you live can I
But you also did gigs there, shared gigs with Tom Van Zandt, Guy Clark,
We
right?
did a show, yes.
J.D. Herring?
That was
How about J.D.
the,
Herring?
that was the Colonel's concert series.
Right, okay, yeah.
He put on a whole series of concerts, and he roped me into getting out there on a plane, and to be.
And Rick and the other boys drove out.
They drove out, and that was very exciting for me.
Who loves
I hadn't really played the West, you know. In my rock and roll days, I played L.A. and San Francisco and Seattle and Tacoma and blah blah blah. But in my country time, I was a little reticent to really test the waters.
So you didn't think you were country enough?
On no, I was
you were a New
country
Englander,
enough.
but you were a New Englander, so you
I
felt
was a
little.
Boston guy in a cowboy hat,
Yeah.
and they all knew it.
Right.
And it was wonderful to me because they all said, "Geez, you can really sing this stuff." And I said, "Yes, I can. That's why I chose to do this. I can. You want me to sing like Hank? I can Hank you all night long." And you want Hag? Not the girl you're with. The songs from Haggard. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I can't resist it. But
This is one of mine. I actually got this recorded a couple of times in Nashville by other people. Still haven't made much money on it, but they put it on the B-sides of their records. But it's pretty good. I think it's a pretty good song. It's one of the early things I did when we first started the Sour Mash Boys, and I was furiously writing enough material to put a band on stage so that I could do a lot of original material. So we had one of those things, those creative bursts that I vaguely remember when you're in your middle 20s and you said, I can do this, I can write 5 songs a day. Painters are the same way, and writers are the same way, you know. So this is, please pull away from me, as what the published thing, I called it pull away from your man. And the publishing company didn't like that. All right, 1, 2, 3. If you can't pull away from your man, if you can't let him be a memory, if you ain't gonna let yourself be free, And darling, please pull away from me. I ain't the kind standing another man's way. I ain't the kind to tell you what to say. So if you ain't gonna let yourself be free, darling, please pull away from me. To open my heart and let you see. But if you can't let him go for me now, darling, please pull away from me. I ain't the kind to stand in another man's way. I ain't the kind to tell you what to say. But if you ain't gonna let yourself be free, oh, darling, please pull away from me. If you ain't gonna let yourself be free, well, darling, please pull away from me.
How did we meet up?
Yeah.
I was managing a blues band, bar blues band in Cambridge called John and Noni, and John walked into the bar on a day that John and Noni were going to play, and I saw him speak to the bartender, and I'd never seen him before. And the bartender pointed at me, and he walked up to me and he said, I'm going to audition to play here. Can my band use your band's stuff so we won't have to break down and set up? And I said, no way, get out of here. And
You don't want me to talk to the owner, do you?
So he walked away and talked to the owner, and the owner came up to me and he said, do your best, to cooperate, you arrogant SOB.
He was getting ready to get barred anyway.
Yeah, I was ready to get tossed out of that bar anyway. But at any rate, so I finally acquiesced and said, yeah, sure, you can use my stuff. And he went up on stage and knocked me out. So in like 10 minutes of him auditioning,
Friends for 40.
I said, oh my God, this guy is fabulous.
So you've been pals for about 40
years.
40 years. Almost 45 years.
Wow.
We lost a little time together when he ended up in Arizona,
New Mexico.
New Mexico, and then he brought us out there. And we hopped in the van and took the band out to.
Is that when you were touring with the Sour? You said you played with.
No, it was
Merle
country.
No, this
Sour
was when I was in New Mexico
the Sour Mash.
Yeah.
doing shows, and every time I've ever done shows, I said, "Hey John, I'm in Santa Fe. Get the guys in the car and get them out here."
So
he said, "Okay."
He brought us out there. He brought us out there a few times.
He made about $7, I think, through the 3 times I brought him.
It goes back to the 1920s. I learned it off of old Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys record. And Merle Haggard had a great cut of it about 25, 30 years ago. It's called Right or Wrong, I'll Always Love You. I can't forget it. Right or wrong, I'll keep on dreaming till I wait for that same old regret. All along, I knew I'd lose you. I pray that you be true. In your heart, please just remember, right or wrong, I'm still in love with you. Keep on dreaming till I wake with that same old regret. All along I knew I'd lose you, so I pray that you be true. In your heart, please just remember, right or wrong, I'm still in love with you.
I've known James since he pulled into Boston in 1967 or 8 as this harmonica player blowing in from Detroit and putting a band together, some of whom later played with my band. You know, Billy Mather and all these guys. And yeah, they call him the, I don't know, the Detroit Kid or something. And I got to know him. He was kind of a jive-ass guy and good, you know, and always impeccably dressed, you know, from the Avenue of Fashion in Detroit. And he always had beautiful suits and a good-looking guy. And we were working in completely different circles musically, but we were all playing the same clubs. And I got to know him a little bit. Oh, he was a handsome young man. And matter of fact, I think I was too.
So, James, tell us a little about your association with John Lincoln Wright. You both
A nefarious character, who I spent, you know, I'll tell you, my relationship with John Lincoln Wright, I consider him one of the greatest entertainers to ever come out of New England. The last record he made, October, whatever it was called,
yeah.
October Leaves or whatever, I don't know, I can't. To me, was a genius record. I mean, the writing, playing 6 places for a CD in my car, and that one was in there for a long, long time, until I had to actually learn some music that I was supposed to be playing. But so what I'm trying to say is that, you know, we started out in the early days in Boston. God, it must have been around 1970, right around then. And you know, he was playing a rock and roll band then, but almost immediately branched out into country western, and to me, he was New England's Waylon Jennings. You know, he was New England's, you know, Willie Nelson. He was an indigenous New England guy who got it, who understood what country was all about. And that album, October Days, kind of substantiates that, because it's rooted in country, but the melodies and the lyrics, compelling, really
What was
compelling
yours?
stuff.
October Days? Oh, I can do that right now, sure. I haven't played it yet? October, sure, we'll do October. We'll do it after October. 1, 2, 3. October mornings in the sun, a mockingbird high in the crabapple tree. The summer fruits have come and gone, and my soul is resting peacefully. And my spirit's so high I'm filled with praise. Feeling inside I'll try to save. And I owe it all to these October days. Seasons change inside of me. I know winter's coming round. I hope the choice I make is right before my sun is going down. And my spirit's so high I'm filled with praise. Feel it inside, I'll try to save. And I owe it all to these October days. In spring, our promises were real. Summer sure gave us a ride. Before we go inside, before the winter starts, October sun still warms my heart. October mornings in the sun, the sky is deep as a poor kid's dreams. The blue and gold of a painter's eye, the grace of life is everything. My spirit's so high I'm filled with praise. Feeling inside I'll try to save. And I owe it all to these October days. Promises were real. Summer sure gave us a ride. Before we go inside, before the winter starts, October sun still warms my heart. October mornings in the sun, the sky is deep as a poor kid's dream. The blue and gold of the painter's sinner's eye. The grace of life is everything, and my spirit's so high I'm filled with praise. Feeling inside I try to say, and I owe it all to these October days. And I owe it all to these October days.
As I was saying to John, I mean, I always wanted to do an album of them, and at least an album of them. And I've written some standard
Some great
material
standards.
myself. I've written some.
I know you do some.
And like this guy, I'd love to have heard someone like this play my Vacation Time song. And it flies on the screen in the heat of the day, with little to say for a while. Not a breath in the air, still I don't care, 'cause I'm on vacation time.
No, that's a
They say go fly a kite, go jump in the lake. That's exactly what I'm fixing to do. Opportunity calls, I don't hear it at all. I'm off somewhere out in the blue. I stopped on a dime, I'm feeling fine. I'm taking my vacation time. And then it goes, but don't try to follow my trail by air, rail, motor, or sail. I won't even open my mail, 'cause I think that I hit the head of the nail. And the hounds lay around in the dooryard out back. They're expert at how to relax. I'll drop a line in the stream, I might even dream, and that, Mr. Man, is the facts. I stopped on a dime, and I'm feeling fine. I'm taking my vacation time. Yeah, it's fresh eggs and bacon, I've got a stake in making my vacation fine.
Drummer will be here at some point this evening. A perspective album from some Texas folks live at Billy Good's. Down every road there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I raised a lot of cane back in my younger days. Mama used to pray my crops would fail. I'm a hunted fugitive with just two ways: outrun the law, spend my life in jail. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. Fugitive must be a Rolling Stone. Down every road there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. Stan Martin. leave, but I can't afford the luxury of having one I love to tag along. She'd only slow me down, they'd catch up with me. He who travels fastest goes alone. I'd like to settle down, but they won't let me. The fugitive must be a rolling stone. Down every road there's always one more city. I'm on the run, the highway is my home. I'm on the run, the highway is my home.